Now we are going to see that how we can share a workspace. Okay, so let's say I created the purchase workspace. Now I want to allow you also like to publish your reports in the same workspace. Okay, so you have to share this workspace. Open the workspace first, and here you can see access button. Click on it. Let's say I want to share this workspace with actually few names I remember, so generally I always share with them. Okay, so let's say this time with Mohammed, I think with Ali, and with yeah, 1 or 4. Okay, for Ganeshwara. Okay, so I'm going to share this workspace with all these users. So like this, you can enter this credentials, these email IDs here. In the same way, like if you want to share the complete users group, then group email ID you can mention, or the distribution list you can mention here. Next, you have here roles. This is very important thing, right? You need to understand these 4 roles. So you want to share this workspace with these users as admin role, or as member role, or as contributor role, or as a viewer role. Okay, so let's have a quick look of these roles. What are these 4 roles? Workspace access roles. So first, member, contributor, and viewer. Admin is having the full rights, full permission, so it's a super user, and a super user can do all deletion, all modification, and also can delete any user, or can delete the workspace also. Okay, so it's a super user. Now the second is member. Member is having less permission as compared to the admin user, right? It means member can assign, or member can share this workspace with other people, with other person, right? But member cannot delete the workspace. Member cannot modify anything in the workspace. Okay, apart from that, member would be having the flexibility to add new members, to publish the reports, update, publish app, update app, sharing, and restriction of like deletion and updation of the reports, right? So all of these things basically can be done by the member, right? Next is contributor. Contributor is having less features and less flex capability as compared to the member. Means a contributor can add or can publish the reports. Contributor cannot add new users. Contributor cannot share the workspace. Contributor cannot share the app, right? So sharing things cannot be done by the contributor. If all the sharing things can be done only the member. Okay, so contributor can only create new reports, save new reports, create new dashboards, publish new reports. That's it. And when we come to the viewer, it's having very limited roles. Viewers can do only 2 things, which is they can view or interact with any report or dashboard. Okay, and they can read the data of the data flows. Okay, so viewer is having very minimum access, means viewer can view the report and view the dashboard. That's it. Viewer cannot create a new report. Viewer cannot modify any report. Okay, but contributor can modify the report. Okay, now to understand these roles in more detail, let me quickly show you the roles for a better understanding. Power BI workspaces access roles. All right, so here you can see capability wise these 4 roles: admin, member, contributor, and viewer, right? So admin can update and delete the workspace. Admin can update and remove the people including other admins. Okay, next, all other things admin can do. Member is not allowed to do these 2 things. Same way, contributor is not allowed to do all these things. Okay, and viewer is having only the access of view and interact with any item, means any report or any dashboard, and member can read the data from the work data flows. Okay, so here is just a quick view of these 4 roles, right? So admin is super user. Then on the second number you have the member. If you want something like, if you want somebody like that person can add the new members, that person can share the workspace or share the app. Okay, so such kind of thing if you want to do, then you must have a member access. Or if you want to do only, if you just want to contribute only, it means if you want to publish new reports, if you want to create new dashboard, then contributor role is enough. And if somebody wants to just view the data, view the report only, then viewer role is enough. Okay, so now I am making them as member. Okay, and click on add. Once I add, all the users will be added here, right, with the member permission. Okay, now you can close it. Now, once these 4 or 5 users will log in into the Power BI service and they go to the workspaces tab, they will able to see this purchase workspace here. Okay, so this is way like how we share the workspace. Now, when I put 10 reports, when I publish 10 reports inside this purchase workspace, all these 10 reports will be automatically shared with these 5 users who are having the access of this purchase workspace. Got it? All right, so let's say I'm the admin. I created this workspace and shared with my development team. Now all these 4 users will be creating new reports and they will be putting new reports here. Okay, but now the point come, I want to share this workspace or the reports, or I want to share all the purchase reports with my business users. Okay, I want to share my reports with business users. So let's say in okay, I'm moving this report in another workspace. I'm just moving the reports into the purchase workspace, because in purchase workspace I have only one report. Okay, so now if you see here, I have 3 reports. Okay, so let's say one report, first report created by me, second report created by Sahil, and third report was created by, let's say, any third user, let's say Ali. Okay, now I want to share these reports with my business users. Okay, so it's just 3 reports. Let's think about the scenario where you will be having like 10, 15, 20, 50 reports. Now you want to share these reports with your users. So the best way or the recommended way to share with your users is through the apps, not the workspace. Okay, so it means you have to share these reports as an app. It means you have to publish your workspace as an app. Okay, so here you see one button, publish app, means this workspace you publish as an app. Okay, app is nothing different thing, means the workspace you are publishing as an app. That's it. Okay, but what flexibility you have here, right? What flexibility you have here? Let's say 3 reports I have, but Ali is right now working on this report, right? Third report, it's right now under development. Okay, I don't want to share this report with the user, so I want to share only these 2 reports with my users. So what I'll do, when I will publish this app, before publishing, I have a flexibility whether which report I want to include or exclude from the app. So here you see include in app. So if I don't want to share this report with users, then I can exclude it from the app. Just click on this. And now this report will not be included in app. It means this report will not be shared with the users. All right. So here you have the flexibility, like you can manage which report. Let's say you have 50 reports, but only 5 reports you want to share. So just enable it for only for 5 users, 5 reports. That's it. Now, when I go to the dashboard, right now I don't have any dashboard. For on dashboard level also, I can manage the report, or I can manage the dashboard, which dashboard I want to include in app or not. Okay, same way in workbooks I also manage. Okay, data set you don't need to manage, because if you are going to publish the reports, then that data sets will be automatically shared. Okay, if you are going to share any report, then data set will automatically shared. Data flows also you can manage which data set you want to include or not. All right, now let's say you want to publish only these 2 reports, so select include in app only these 2 reports and click on this publish app button. Now this report, this workspace will be published as a app. So this is my purchase app. You can modify, and this here you can mention any description. This app is created for, it's just a description you can write here, for purchases department. Okay, now here you can change the app color, app theme. How? Here is app theme color. You can change here. Let's say I want to give a blue color, right? And then on the next tab is navigation. This is a new navigation. If you don't want to enable the new navigation, you can turn it off. Okay. So in this app, these two reports will be shared and one dataset will be shared. Why not for this dataset? Why not the dataset for this report? Because this is a save as report. Okay. I just saved this report from other workspace to this workspace. So in that situation, only report will be saved, not the dataset. Okay. So now I'm going to share only this stuff. Next, permissions, with whom you want to share it. Let's say with entire organization I want to share it. Means let's say I want to share it with all of you, with all the 30-40 users, right? So I select entire organization or any specific user you can mention here. Okay, so I'm going to share it with everybody, so you can validate, you can go from your side also. Now the next thing is, you have the feature here, you want to allow everyone who has app access to, means you want to allow all the users to use the underlying data set to build their own reports. Yes, I want to allow. If you don't want to allow, you can uncheck it. Okay, if you allow, then you want to allow your users to make a copy of the report. If you want, you can do, otherwise you can restrict them. Okay, all right, now you click on publish app. Click on the publish. So now your app has been published. Once you publish the app, here you will get the URL of this app. Okay, copy it, and now this URL can be shared with all people with whom you have shared your app. If they will be having the access, they will be having the Power BI Pro license, then they can access the content of this app. Now you can share this app through email. So I'm sharing this app URL into the chat window. Now all of you just click on this app, and you have to log in with your Power BI credentials, and then you will be able to see the app. Okay, so if you want to open the app using this URL, then you can view the directly. Okay, but if you go here under the apps tab, so here you see your purchase app is not visible right now. Okay, because once you publish the app, then that app you need to install here. It means you need to enable that app here. Only then you will be able to see that app here. That app will be visible only once you install app here. Okay, and it's like one time. If you do it one time, then for always it will be there. Like you can see Sales Workspace app is there. So now the point is how to get the apps. Here you see button get apps, click on it, and under the my organization tab, here it will come. Under the My Organization tab, you will see the apps which have been published in your organization. Okay, so as you see here, purchase app is appearing now. Click on Get It Now. Once you click on Get It Now, it will be installed, and it will be installed only if you have the permission. Okay, so now purchase app is here. When I click on this, you see two reports are appearing. So this is the way like users will be accessing the reports, right? Then user will click on the report and they can interact with the reports. Okay, they won't be able to add it, they won't be able to make any change, only they can view, they can interact with the reports. Got it? So this is the way like how you enable. So your users will be having the access of the apps, they will go here and they can view the reports. Got it? Right, so this is very simple and a basic way of creating and sharing app, right? Now after this I will show you like how you can customize the app. A lot of things you can change, like theme colors, you can enable the advanced navigation pane, right? So there are a lot of things, we'll come to that. So all of you are, this app is clear to everybody? What is it, purpose of it, what we can do with it? Okay, now I'm going to enable. Right now you see only two reports. Okay, so let's say after 2 or 3 days, Ali also has completed his report. Now we want to include that report also, means I want to share that report also with the users. Okay, so it means now I need to modify my app, because app has been published once. Now in future you will be always modifying your app. Okay, so let's open the workspace, purchase workspace here. Here you have 3 reports. Now Ali has completed this report, so enable this report and now click on update app. Everything should be same. If you want, you can make the changes, it's up to you. Let's say now theme color you want to change, instead of blue you want to select red color, select red here like this and update app. Now the app has been updated, right? You can copy the URL again. This URL would remain same, okay? Or you can go here apps and click on purchase app. Now this time you see the updated report with theme and third report is also visible here. Okay, so this is a way like as you develop the reports and you want to share with the users, then you can update the app from the backend and your users will be having the access of the new reports or the new content to view or to interact. Okay, so in the same way, if there is any dashboard, then one dashboard tab will also be there. Right now you see date reports and data sets. Let's say if there are some dashboards also, then another tab would be here for dashboards. Got it? All right. Next, okay, so I see some questions here. Can you show how it looks like when app is published? Okay, so you can see app looks like this. Now you can also log in Power BI service, okay, and go to apps. In apps, if it is visible, then it's good. Otherwise, you have to click on get apps. And under the my organization, you will see purchase app, right, like this, and click on get it now. That app will be added here into your list. Okay. Next question, I see the home page of the app will be what visualizations we created. Since there are 2 reports and 1 data set is shared, how will the home page look like? See that one data set was appearing because there was the one report was the saved as report. Okay, and you mean like if you want to show the home page of app, then for that you need to change the way, because this is the home, this is the default view of your app. If you want to change the different view, then you can use navigation pane, right? So you can update the app, you can edit any app, right? Only admin can edit this app. So click on edit app. Now click on update app again, and under the navigation, this time you have new navigation builder, so you can enable it. And now here you have the flexibility, like which report you want to like assign on the first number, second number, or if you want to create a subfolders here, right? Let's say if I create a subfolder under the purchase also, let's say I create a section. This section name is, let's say this is Sahil. Let's say Sahil is manager, right? So the reports which were accessed by Sahil, so those I want to assign this under this section. So I create a section, let's say with this name. And once I add it here, now I need to add these reports under the section. So I select this report, go to section and choose Sahil. So now under the Sahil, this report has been added, right? So it's kind of subfolders. Okay. If you want to show this, or if you want to hide or show, you can just turn on visibility from here. Okay. Something like if you want to keep them in, you want to include in the app, but for the timing you want to hide that. So you can hide it like this also. Okay. So from the navigation, that report will be hidden. Okay. So here what you can do, you can create a custom report, a simple page. Okay. And once the report, once that whole report is created, then you can make that report as your first report. Okay. And then you can just update your app. Once you update your app, then here you will get a complete customized navigation, means this navigation will be replaced. Now let's see. Okay, now here you see your reports are coming here into this navigation. Okay, and this is the home page. Once your app will be loaded, you will see the navigation pane, you will see the home page like this. Okay, first page of your first report will be always the home page of your app. That page will be loaded. So this is what you are asking. Now you can create, you can design any app, okay, and customize image or whatever you want. You can create a beautiful home page, and then after you can enable your users using the bookmarks like we created in the last session, right? My next question, I see, what if I want to share something with someone who doesn't have Power BI license? You can't do that. Sharing, always remember, sharing is pro feature. Okay, going to share this report with you, then you must be having a pro license, otherwise you can't access that.
So even for visualization purpose, I can't share this with anybody else?
No, simply sharing, Microsoft says sharing is pro feature. Whatever you share report, you share dashboard, you share workspace, you share app, whatever is sharing, you need to purchase app. it's Microsoft Business. Otherwise, if without purchasing license, if people will start sharing, then no one is going to purchase the license.
No, but generally, if the organization has one specific BI team and they publish reports to the rest of the organization, so you're saying the rest of the organization also needs to have a Power BI license.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Let's say in your team, only manager is having the Power BI license. Now manager wants to share this report with all team members. Then all team members must have the Power BI Pro license.
Okay.
All right, next question I see here. Can you please repeat how to enable the app? Okay, so that, for example, let me publish the app for this finance workspace this time, right? So in finance workspace, I have one report. So you can include or exclude the reports or dashboards based on your needs, which one you want to share, which one you don't want to share. You can manage by just include or exclude an app from this button. Okay, once you're done with this, then you have to click on publish app button. And here you can fill all these details like the description, right? You can choose the navigation pane or you can turn off the navigation pane, with whom you want to share. Let's say with the entire organization I want to share, and click on publish app. That's it. Your app will be published. Now here is the URL of this app. You can share this URL through email to open this app. Okay. Otherwise, you can go to apps, click on get apps. And under the my organization, you will see all apps which have been published in your organization. Okay. But you will be able to get the app only if you have the access. Okay. Click on this. Finance app is there. Got it? All right, Jinesh, it's clear. Okay, next question I see. What if I want to share first two reports with first user as an app and last two reports with second user? Okay, see, actually there is a catch. You can publish only one app for one workspace. If you want to do something like two reports with first user and two reports with another user, then you have to create two workspaces. Okay, then your two apps will be published, and then you can share first app with first user, second app with second user. Okay, because only one app you can publish for one workspace. Got it?
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Next question I see, Power BI Desktop can be used in Citrix environment. Yes, it can be, but it needs to be configured first. Can we export and share as PDF? Yes, that you can do. Let's say purchase this report. Okay, I have shared, I have only the access of this. Let's say manager is having the access of this report, but now manager wants to share this report with his team members, but team members are not having the Power BI Pro license. Okay, so they won't be access it from the Power BI service. What manager can do, manager can export this report as a screenshot into the PDF, and then that PDF can be shared. Okay, but that not be interactive. So you just go here into the file, open report file, and click on export to PDF. The screenshots will be captured. Okay, and then this PDF can be shared. In the same way, you can export the report in PowerPoint also. All right. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to show you that how you can create the dashboards. Okay. So dashboard, actually, what do you understand by the dashboard? This is first thing like which we need to understand. So dashboard is something like let's compare it with the dashboard, car dashboard. Okay. So we have we use dashboards in our cars. Okay. So generally, like what we do, like when we sit in the car, we put all our like gadgets like mobile phone, tablets, our accessories, wallets on dashboard, right? Or in another word, you can understand like on the dashboard what things you have. Let's say in some vehicles there are some like music systems and some different functionalities. Some buttons are always on the dashboard, right? Why? So that you can quickly access them. Okay, these are the like most frequently things which you will be using, right? And you put all that stuff which you will be frequently using, okay, onto the dashboard, so that quickly you can just go there and you can start consuming that. Okay, so in the same way, Power BI dashboard. So let's say you have multiple reports, you have 10 reports. Okay, 10 reports have been created. Let's say 2 reports created by sales department, 2 reports created by procurement department, and 6 reports created by finance department. Okay, so now they are viewing those reports department wise, but when director wants to see the data, so director is not having that much time that he is going to open 10 different reports and navigate to each report and filter the reports and see the transactional level data. So director is not interested, okay, to go in that much detail. He just want to see the KPIs, the key matrices. That's it. Okay, like what is the total? What are the 3-4 KPIs from sales, like total sales, profit? What is the achievement over the target? From the procurement, like how many orders we placed, how many has been delivered, shipped, received, something like this. Okay, pending items. And from the finance, like what is the pending amount, like what is AR amount, what is AP amount, what is the cash flow, right? So such kind of KPIs only director wants to see. So for that purpose, what you will do, you will build a dashboard. In that dashboard always have a single page. Okay, like in reports we can create multiple pages. In dashboard you will have always only one page. So on that dashboard you can add, let's say 2-3 important things from the sales reports, 2-3 important things, important KPIs, important metrics from the purchase procurement reports, and 5-6 important matrices from the finance reports. And let's put all these important matrices onto the dashboard. Okay, and now on one dashboard your director CEO is having the access of all the key information or all the important information of your organization, of the business. Okay, did you got that? What is dashboard? What's the purpose of creating a dashboard? Okay, so it means now when I say like 10 reports you have, okay, so I have 10 reports. So can you tell me like how many data sets would be there for those 10 reports? Can anybody tell me? Like let's say I have 10 reports, so how many data sets I have for them? Yes, obviously 10 data sets, because one report will always have one data set. Okay, so it means 10 data sets I have, and those 10 data sets are having 10 reports. Now I want to consolidate the visuals of those 10 reports on a single dashboard. Okay, so for that we can pin the visuals from report on dashboard. How to pin the visuals? On each visual you will see one icon. Click on any visual and you see this pin icon, pin visual. Okay, so let's say if this is important metric, if this is important information and you want to add it onto the dashboard, so you can simply click on this pin visual. So this, the current view of the donut chart will be saved on as a dashboard. Okay, on the dashboard. Let's say if you want to pin it for this country and you pin it, then this donut chart will always show the data for this country on the dashboard. Even if you change the country on report, but dashboard will be showing the data for the country which was selected at the time of pinning this visual on the dashboard. Got it? So now how we publish this report, how we like add any visual onto the dashboard? Simply click on this pin visual. You must have a dashboard here. Right now you don't have any dashboard, right? So here you can create a dashboard. Let's say this is my company dashboard. You are creating a new dashboard here. Click on pin. Now one dashboard has been created. You can click on this go to dashboard, or you can go to the purchase, and here you can see company dashboard. Click on it. Here you see dashboard. Okay, so on this dashboard right now you have only one tile. This tile you can large and you can make it small based on your need. Okay, all right. Now in the same way you can add the tiles. Simply click on the pin visual. That visual will be added here and it's a single page. Okay, so now I'm going to add some more tiles. So let's say I want to add this map also. So click on pin visual. So all will be added into the existing dashboard. If you want to create a new dashboard, you can create. Otherwise, from the list, you can choose the dashboard in which you want to pin it. Okay, so this is like how you can pin the visuals from a report to the dashboard. Let's say now open a different report, and now from this different report, I want to pin some other stuff. Let's say from this, I want to pin this pie chart. Select it, click on pin visual, add it. Okay, so in this way, you can design or you can put all your key matrices on one page. Now this is your one page, and now you can customize it based on your need. Okay, if you see the page dashboard in full screen, here you see it's looking like this. Okay, you can fit it to width, okay, or you can fit to a screen. Okay, you can arrange these styles based on your need. Let's say you want to put them here on top like this. And next you want to add your map here like this. You can move it here. This line chart you can create like this. All right, so here is you will get a scroller here, right? So you can create you can add multiple tiles on one dashboard, because here you have the scroller. Okay, and scroll down, and here you will be having the visualization of your different tiles from different reports. Okay, so this is dashboard. Now from dashboard there are multiple things which can be achieved, right? All right, so this is just an overview of the dashboard, like how we create dashboard options. We have, like, there are different dashboards. We can use Q&A also, right? Okay.
I had one question. I have created the visuals. Now the data whichever I used was of the previous week. So now I just wanted to use it the same next week. So should I delete all my old data sets and just re-upload, and my visuals will be there, or it will get tampered?
Let's say I have this report, right? And this report here is like this, which these visuals I built from the Excel data set, right? So I exported these
Correct.
tables from the Excel. Okay, now what's the question?
So now I assume that this is the data of the last to last week, and as today is a new week, I need to publish the every weekly data in this one. So if I remove the old data, will all these visuals be tampered, or will it be like that itself once I replace the
These-
data with the new this one?
So what will happen? See, do you want to show the previous week data also or not? You want to
I
show
don't
all the
want to
current week data always?
Yeah, only current week. Yeah, because it's a weekly report. I just want to display only this week report.
Okay. So see, first thing is, like, if you delete the data from the Excel, right? And you delete the data of the last week and you paste the current week data there, right? Then you will save the Excel. You will click here, refresh. Okay. So these visuals will display the current week data, which will be in your
Okay.
Excel. Correct?
Okay. Yes.
Now the second thing is, like, I'm surprised, like, why you are replacing the data in the Excel sheet. Can't you make it dynamic, like just update? Because let's say if somebody asks you, like, hey, I want to see the last week data, can you show me that? Then are we going to tell, like, we have deleted the data from the Excel?
No,
It's not the case.
Mike, that is not this one. It is just a weekly report wherein we project how many orders received and how many orders completed. Now, if I start to update the entire data, the data set will be too high, and I cannot manage within my this one, because my products are too many. I do have somewhere around 75 teams, and there are somewhere around 16,000 products each every week. So that is the scenario.
Okay, then no problem. You can do in that way, like you can just update the data in your Excel and refresh it into the refresh the data in Power BI desktop. Okay, you will get the
Okay. So
new
my
data.
visuals
But in-
visuals will not get hampered, right?
No. Because what you are doing, let's say I'm just changing the data here in Excel. Okay.
Correct.
After changing data Excel, but make sure you don't modify, you don't change the format, like the
No,
structure of the Excel.
correct.
Column
Yeah,
names
that
and
I
the
agree.
sequence should be same. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I agree. Sure,
So
sure.
after changing that here in the Excel, save that Excel and here refresh that. So the new data, because visualization is what? Visualization is just showing your data. Now let's say here it is 4.89K. Let's say your next week sale is 5.00K. So instead of showing this value, that will show that value. That's it. So it's just a visualization. That's visualizing your information.
Okay, fine then. Sure, Mike. I'll just have a try on it today.
All right. Okay, guys. So that's all from my side for today's session. Thank you.
$1,000. This is how we can work with the halving clause in SQL. And this brings us to the end of this session. Thanks for attending, and let's meet in the next class.